Alright, Shalom, Mike. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that sees the word in our true faith and sincerity. And yet today, pretty much I want to touch on these couple of verses in Psalms, the 7th chapter, which pretty much um, the Lord is all in control of this discretion, man. He is the one that's going to make this discretion happen. When those missiles shoot off, it's not going to be the will of these devils, to destroy America. It's going to be all of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and that right there is going to fully prove that there is a higher power, because how these missiles are going to hit the shores of America and the number of those missiles. If it was a man, they would, matter of fact, let me get some real quick. This is Ezekiel 39, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, "And I will smite thy bow out of thy left hand, and will cause thy arrows to fall out of thy right hand." So that lets you know that the Lord is all of the Lord. These devils is not gonna have any power on shooting these missiles off, man. Because it's the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai that's gonna do that. Because if you, like I said, we get the number of the missiles, which is 200 million. That's a large number, And if it was a man, they would bump into each other, because the Lord is gonna have them shoot off at a certain time, and He's the one that's gonna be guiding these missiles, man. So the Lord is the one that's gonna um Ezekiel 13 child said the weapons, even the Lord. So the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be in those missiles, man. He's the one that's gonna guide them, man. And that's why throughout all the scriptures, when it talks about prophecy, it ends off saying, "And they shall know that I'm the Lord." Well, you gonna know in that day that Yahweh Shema Shai is the power, man, of the universe, man. Yeah, I mean, so back in Psalms 7th chapter, and in verse 12, it says, matter of fact, I start verse 11, says, "The Most High judges the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day." And you got to understand, the Lord said He loved us and He hated He hate Esau. You see how the Lord punished us? You know how we went into hardcore bondage, we got our ass kicked and everything. The Lord love us. He's chastening us, but look what He's about to do to the ones He hate. He's gathering them all in one place, man. In the valley of decision, you know what I mean? Valley of Jehoshaphat. And guess what He's gonna do? He's gonna destroy them, man. It says, "If he turn not, he will wet his sword. He have bent his bow and made it ready." See, this is the Lord's son. This is His sword. This is His bow. And we said He wet His sword pretty much to sharpen. That's what it means to wet His sword, to sharpen it up. And how is the Lord doing it today? By the way, of these different scientists creating these different missiles, and matter of fact, continue on. It says He had also prepared him for him the instrument of death. He ordaineth His arrows against the prosecutor. So let's get this word ordaineth, man, because it's all of Yahweh Shema Shai that's doing this, man. He said He ordained the arrows. So let's get this in Psalms, because it's all of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord put the Spirit on these devils to even create these missiles. And then you had these different it was a period of time where it was a lot of spies, a lot of people going down for treason. Why? Because they were selling these different blueprints of those missiles, but really that was all of Yahweh Hashem Shai. People say the Cold War was over with. Well, we still in that. We still in the arms race. When they say the arms race was down for a period of time, now we've been in the arms race. Because Because these devils, when they created the first bullet, they didn't just stop, you know, for for you know, they didn't just make enough for just one clip or two clips. No, it's a large industry, man, and that's how it is with those nuclear missiles. So it says ordaineth Paul. It says to do, make, to make. See, it says it says to do or make systematically and habitually. It says especially to practice, commit. See, so the Lord is having these devils, and it says habitually. Now let's get this word habitually. Let's get this word habitually. It says regular or repeatedly doing or practice something or acting in some manner. See, so guys stumble at the 200 million missiles, but these devils is continually making these because you know, these are a a destructive nation, man. The Edomites, they are a destructive people. So when they created the first missile, they continued to make them even after World War II when they dropped those bombs. Even during the fabulous 50s, they were still creating missiles, man. You know, and they had the Jews then, but they continually uh, built the arrows. So let's read verse 13 again. He also had prepared for him the instruments of death, which is that those missiles. He ordained of his arrows against the prosecutor. See, so the Lord is making these, putting the spirits on these devils pretty much to destroy themselves, man. This is Isaiah 54, and you know what? I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "In righteousness shalt thou be established, and thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror for it shall not come near thee." Yeah, because ultimately that's what's going to happen when the smoke clears. Uh, we're going to be we're going to have the kingdom, man. You know, but before that, all hell has to break loose, and the destruction has to come. It says, "Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me." See, whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. See, because these devils is coming at us, man, because they know they have but a short time. The Lord says, "Not by me," you know, because it's not they're not coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. They come in the spirit of Satan, man. And it said, "Whosoever gathered together against thee shall fall for thy sake." So the Lord is setting these devils up, man. The Lord said He love us. What He's gonna do to the ones that He hate? The Lord says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." See? And that's why when people say, "What you gonna do?" You know what I mean? Why are you still in America? You saying this place is gonna get nuked? Well, we're not worried about that, man. You know, we believe wholeheartedly that Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna deliver us from this devil, man, and from that fire. You know, but when we start out, the Lord said He had created the smith. He put the spirit on these scientists to create these missiles. The Lord had gave these devils their left hand witchcraft to to you know learn how to split atoms and put them together. You know, you call it nuclear fission and all that. Well, the Lord put, you know, and gave these devils these Temanites, you know, because they are the wisest of the Edomites, which are the Germans. That's why you had the Project Paperclip and all that. Well, guess what? It was all of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. The Lord had created that, man. Those scientists to do that. Which that lets you know the Lord is in control of all things. You know? Because you read Revelation 7 chapter. Matter of fact, let me get that. This is Revelation 7 and 1. It says, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor in any tree." Now, what's that wind? You got to go to Jeremiah 51. So let's get to Jeremiah 51 and 1. It said, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon. I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. See? So what is that talking about? The nuclear winds. Have you ever seen um any type of nuclear videos or anything like that? It show you that wind, man. And it's a destroying wind. It got radiation. It's gonna burn you up, utterly burn you up, man. You know? And even with that, scripture says you're gonna pretty much feel that it's not gonna be an instant death, because the closer we get to the day of the Lord, the worse the death is gonna be, man. You know, it says, and I will send upon Babylon fanners, they shall fan her and shall empty her land, for the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. And those fanners talking about the angels with the fire from the chariots. And it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. And the Lord, that was a commandment. The Lord is telling you to let the archer get ready to bend your bow and shoot these arrows. Matter of fact, this is Revelation. It's like Jeremiah 50 and 14. It says, put yourselves array against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. See? So the Lord is telling, spare no arrows. And guess what? We just read that he ordained the arrows. So they are continually making these missiles to shoot on America and other parts of the world. But especially the main event is over here in America, man. You know? So we understand what that nuclear wind, that the wind is in Revelation, man, is that the strong wind, which is the missiles. You can't see it. Well, hey, you gonna have to just see it for yourself, man, when that time comes. You know what I mean? You know, this is Revelations 14 and 18. It says, and another angel came from the altar, which had power over fire. See, the Lord had set an angel up to have power over the fire, man. So it's not of these devils that's gonna get this thing going. It's gonna be of the Lord, because the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be in these missiles, man. If it was of man and they gonna go all out, well, guess what? These missiles probably would explode all in space. Now the Lord is gonna set this up, because he's gonna he's the one that's gonna have it, shoot off at a certain time, and guess what? Some of these missiles got a name for these fallouts. A lot of people is gonna have a personal missile, man, because you read Sirach 26. It says towards the end, it says, the Lord have prepared a sword for one that live of righteousness, man. And we already know the one that knew the will of the Lord shall be on many stripes. So it's not gonna be a famine. A nigga that fell out gonna die of the famine or the race wars. No, it's ultimately the nuclear missiles, man. So back in Revelation 14:18 said, and another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud voice to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. See? So guess what? That pretty much they filled the measure up of wickedness, man. They have filled up the measure, man. It's fully right. Now it's time for the destruction. It says, and the angel thrust in the sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out the winepress, even unto the horses brought up by the space of 1,600 furlongs. So guess what? A lot of people gonna die. Oh, that's pretty much what it's saying. A lot of people is gonna die by the way of these missiles, man. You know, because it says those that are alive and remain. It's gonna be a lot of people. It's gonna be a lot of death in America, but the Lord's still gonna have a certain amount that's gonna catch a missile, man. You know, because hey man, you gotta be a super high level demon to eat one of those, man. You know. So this is Joel 2, and yeah, this whole chapter, man. I just want to get to the okay, yeah, this is Joel 2, and I started verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. What can we read this at in Revelation the 9th chapter? You know, it says, like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame on fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Yeah, because you're gonna hear these missiles, man. That's why you read Judges the 5th chapter. It says they that are delivered from the noise of archers. Well, you know about archery. That's a silent weapon back in the ancient world. That's what you used to hunt with, because that was a silent weapon. You know, because these different animals have a keen hearing. You know, so and it's like you throwing an axe. Yeah, I mean they gonna hit that before you even get to it. But a arrow, it cuts the wind, so you can't really hit. But what's the modern day arrow? The missiles, man. It says, before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. See, and that's that on those people that's gonna be on left that haven't got beamed up, man, because they're gonna be much pain. They're gonna pretty much they're gonna fall apart, man. And it said all faces shall gather blackness. They're gonna be confused. They're gonna see. Damn, that's because the Lord said He's gonna bring us strange calamities, which that strange calamity is with the rain by fire. That strange rain, you know. That's that strange rain, because how it's gonna look like rain, because all those the 200 million missiles, it's gonna look like rain, man. It's gonna cover the skies, man. You know, this is all the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. The Lord have a beautiful judgment set for this place, America, man. You know, it said they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall of light. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march everyone on his way, and they shall not break their rank. See, this is on all the will of the Lord, because it's gonna be so many. You're gonna be like, damn, they ain't bumping to each other, but it's all of the Lord, man. He is a man of war, so he already have his plan. How these different men are gonna have his own path they're gonna walk in, man. Matter of fact, it says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. See, and this is the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, because these different defense systems is already, what's the word? It's already shoddy. Yeah, I mean, they already have a low what's the word? Success rate on taking a missile down. You know, they got to slow it down a certain percentage just to get it. But guess what? It's gonna be a time where it's not gonna be a rehearsal. It's gonna be the real thing. So it says, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Because guess what? One might hit it, but guess what? When the smoke clear, you're gonna still see that missile going through that smoke, man. You know why? Because it's of Yahweh Shema Shai. There's that's that's controlling the missile. It says they should run to and fro in the city. What's that great city, America? They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. See? Because Lord said he's gonna come as a thief in the night. You're gonna see them chariots and you're gonna see those missiles, man. That's gonna be a day. You talking about a week of greatness, man. That's gonna be a day you ain't gonna forget, man. I said you shall know that I'm the Lord. That's the day the Lord is gonna glorify His name once again, man. Because Yahweh Shemel Shah is known. He is known for His judgments. He ain't known for giving people hugs. Yeah, I mean the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah is known for His judgments, and this is gonna be a beautiful judgment the Lord is gonna set on this place, man. Because you go into bundles of sticks. Yeah, I mean the reason why they call these faggots bundles of sticks because they burned them with fire, man. In this place, America is pretty much thumbing their nose up at the Lord, by these different laws and legislation they pass on these, giving these bundles of sticks, liberty. Well, the Lord He sees all that, man. You know, and guess what? It's a penalty for doing it. That's why Sodom was an example. Which an example is pretty much like it's like it's pretty much it's not the real thing. It's like a test run. Like when you have a math problem, they show you an example. It's an easy problem where you can get the formula to all right, okay, well, you start out, working the problem out in the parentheses, then you do the rest, woot woot, this and that. Well, that's how the Lord he just how He destroyed Sodom. That was just a test run how He was going to destroy America. Because when you set an example is followed by the real thing. You know. So it says verse 10, it says the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And how is that gonna happen? When they hit ground zero, man. Once they hit ground zero, is hey man, it said the earth shall rock to and fro like a drunkard. You know? So you're gonna feel that judgment, man. If you on the other side, it's gonna be televised. Yeah, I mean, and the whole earth is gonna feel that judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai. You're gonna feel Yahweh Shem Shai in that day. Matter of fact, verse 12 it says, "And the Lord shall utter His voice before His army, for His camp is very great." See, because it's gonna be of the Lord that's gonna command these missiles to be shut off. What I said, he gave angel the power over the fire, man. He said He's gonna smite the bow out their hands and their arrows. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be of the Lord that's gonna do this, man. He says, "For He is strong that executeth His word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide in it? Who can abide it?" See? Because this is going to be a great and terrible day, man. Because it's going to be a great deliverance and a very terrible destruction, man. You know? Hey, man. And the thing is, if we can see that, man. We can see this place being destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, man. And if you can't see it, you got to see it for yourself. And you know, and if the Lord open your eyes, at that time, it's going to be too late, man. Once you see it, now you like, oh man, these guys are for real. Hey, that's too late, man. You know. So I just end off with this, like Isaiah 13, and I started on 4. It said the noise of a multitude. I started 3. It says, "I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people." See, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. See, the Lord of hosts, that in itself lets you know it's all of Yahweh Shem Shai. When you go into the word host, it goes into armies. Now, what is the biggest weapon, the end all be all for every army on the earth? The nuclear missiles, man. So this is of the Lord that's doing it. It's just like you got your green army, man. The Lord is getting other nations, especially these devils, all in one place so he can, once again, glorify his name. It says they come from a far country, even from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So guess what? This whole place of America is going to be pretty much desolate. It says, "How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand." And guess what? It's talking about now, man. Because what weapon can destroy the whole land, man? The missiles, man. Even though we know the fire from the chariots is gonna happen too, but the Lord is gonna show His power by the way how these missiles gonna hit America, man. He says, "It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty." See, the Almighty, Alasaja, man. The terrible power, man. It shall come from the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord He's the one that's sending forth this judgment. It says, "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." So you're gonna fall apart when those missiles come, man. You're gonna fall apart when those missiles come, because it's gonna be so much in a certain order. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna know then that was your how by Shimei Shai. So this pretty much, I'm just gonna wrap it up right there, Ike, man. I hope that edifying. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai, by Shem Kakodash. The honor to the apostles, elders, the great millstone, Shalom, to the elected teacher word, on true faith and sincerity, and DTA, Abad Babal.